Hello and welcome to another edition of ClearTalk. I'm Brad Malone, Vice President of Consulting for Navigate Management Consulting and Vice President of Professional Services for Solutions 360. With me today is Jen Jackson, Manager of Professional Services. Thanks for being here, Jen.
Thanks for having me, Brad. Happy to be here.
Thanks. So we're here to share some of our best practices of time management. We've been project managers for over 50 years. You can guess my age, I have most of them. Managing a wide range of projects with different people, different tools. We're used to people and events trying to drag us down into the quagmire of day-to-day life or the whirlwind of the moment. And we'd like to share some strategies on how we address those. So Jen, what are your kind of fundamental or foundational principles when it comes to time management?
Great question. So a few of my fundamental principles for time management consist of establishing and managing priorities properly, making sure that I set a good schedule in my day. It needs to be done efficiently and as much in advance as possible, and setting and managing expectations. So that goes with everybody that I work with. So it could be management, could be direct reports, could be customers, but I think managing expectations is really important.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, mine align pretty well. I've always had to deal with prioritization. So distinguishing between urgent, which to me, people get just sucked into the urgent, almost a Pavlovian instinct of, I got to do it now. Well, really, is anyone really relying on it? And distinguishing that from important and making sure that we're doing the important things that are urgent, but the urgent that aren't important, let's just learn that habit. Being disciplined about prioritization, and then looking for compartmentalization in terms of, this is my best time that I work. I'm going to keep that time sacred and schedule my time to my time is sometimes more important than your time. And I think that's key to really understanding that importance is, I'll say, an investment into calming things down in the future.
Absolutely.
So you've been, managing and lots of projects, lots of people, our own customers and our own people using Q360 over the last several years. How do you use it effectively, and what kind of tips or dashboards do you see, or quick reports do you see?
Well, as you know, Q360 is a massive tool, so it offers a ton of data to help manage projects and people. For me, I have a standard set of reports, workflows, and dashboards that I review on a daily and weekly basis that help give me the visibility status of ongoing projects, as well as the status of the professional services team as a whole. So a few of my favorites, we have a dedicated project management dashboard that gives me visibility over projects and provides me with direct links to a couple key reports from that dashboard so that I can review project labor forecasts and project hours scheduled and project revenue and cost forecasts. I review my own project workflow, which gives me visibility on all of my active projects and their status, and that gives me insight to tasks that may have an upcoming due date or a task that could possibly be even overdue. And we also have a project workflow for the whole team. So that gives me the same type of visibility that I just mentioned, but it's for all projects that are assigned to professional services. The other thing that I do is I make sure that I set aside time every single morning to go through those items and take note of anything that needs to be addressed or followed up on. And to help save time, I also use my Q360 Quick Launch toolbar for items to be reviewed on a daily and weekly basis. And I have a section that's linked to all of my active projects as well. So just quickly, easily accessible data at the tip of my fingertips,
Yep. No, and I'm learning how to, in my new role, learning how to crawl. Think I'm beyond that point, you can tell me, to the walk phase, but really looking at the quick launches, looking at the reports, and then trying to get ahead of it, trying to stay ahead of it. So I'm seeing that it's really starting to impact my efficiency and effectiveness. Where every day we kind of get pulled in anyway. So how do you make sure, or how do you ensure you get back on track? What's a tip or a tactic that you use?
So my favorite tactic is by far lists. I use daily and weekly to-do lists. I have that I have predefined priorities on, and I typically will always come back to that list. So if I fall off track because somebody's yelling something and I have to go deal, then right in front of me at all times is my list of the things that are the priority for the day and the week. And I go back to that always. Yeah. The other thing is recognizing if you have something that's consistently becoming a culprit of a time stealer, and trying to establish a strategy to eliminate or minimize those. So in some cases, that might be something that's lacking a process, in which case I think, recognizing that and doing what it takes to clearly define a clear-cut process around that to help sort of mitigate and control whatever that time stealer is.
Got it. So looking for a root cause. Yeah, I definitely do that. And then every once in a while, when I get caught in overwhelm, you can almost get overwhelm of overwhelm and just start to spin. So I try and just take a deep breath. One, recognize, Brad, take a deep breath, quickly do like a shortened serenity poem, accept the things I cannot change the things I can, and then even a little bit. And then look for root cause. And then back to my principles. So strive for importance and impact versus urgency. What lessons would you have liked other people to share with you back when you started your career on just time management and understanding how to use your time most effectively?
How key it is to establish a routine and to make sure that you're setting aside dedicated time to block out distractions and actually get work done, that it's okay to do that, right? And then also utilizing the tools that are available to you. I mean, back when I first started, it was pretty much just Outlook, but really taking advantage of, your calendar and your reminders and scheduling and making sure that you've defined your day clearly will help keep you on track.
Got it. I think my big learning was learn how to delegate. So if I'm the answer person, people will always come to me with the question. And one of the things I've learned is, was there someone else's brain who could have answered that? And how do I empower them and trust them to do that? So, and also keep perspective, this too shall pass, and learn to breathe. So, well, I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. And again, us sharing our thoughts with the people out there in ClearTalk land. Take care, Jen.